Hi, I'm Michael Pilarski, and I'm here about the Global Earth Repair Conference. One of the things we're doing is having a track called the Ecosystem Restoration Camps. And there actually is a camp foundation. It's run out of Europe, it's international in scope. They've just started their first ecosystem restoration camp in the Altiplano of Spain. It's about a year old, or maybe a bit longer. And they're building infrastructure, they're planting trees, doing water retention systems, and they're part of a large piece of land with a big landowner who wants to help the ecosystem become less degraded and more productive. And so they're there helping this happen on this relatively desolate area. So we need thousands and tens of thousands of ecosystem restoration camps all around the world in many different forms, shapes, and sizes. And so, one of the things we'll talk about at the Global Earth Repair Conference is how to set up more of these ecosystem restoration camps. What are the different types that could happen? Who's doing similar things in other countries, in other places, and pool our knowledge of people that are interested in this to help the idea grow and spread to more people. So, if you're interested in ecosystem restoration camps, you can come to the Global Earth Repair Conference. John D. Liu, or John Dennis Liu, is a Chinese American filmmaker who actually started the restoration camps, and he's going to be at the conference. There's a similarity between the ecosystem restoration camps or restoration workers compared to the woofers, which is called the willing workers on organic farms, it used to be called, or working on organic farms around the world. And today there are somewhere around 100,000 people who have been working through the WOOF programs in the world on about 10,000 farms in 105 countries. I just looked up the statistics. So that is a lot of people that work on these farms through these WOOF programs. They're willing workers. It's usually room and board. They get to experience and learn different skills, farm skills. We need restoration camps on that kind of a scale where there are just a way for people that want to contribute to the earth and want to get their hands dirty and are willing to plant trees, a way for them to get out to the countryside, to the degraded areas, to places that need the help. And so that is part of the big picture, is setting up these systems to get the willing workers that want to help the world. There's a lot of people, young and old, that want to work, and we have to make it easier for them to get there and to plug in and to do this work. And so come on over to the conference and see what we do. I have a lot of experience with the woofing agriculture programs. Way back in 1972, I was one of the co-founders of the Farm Brigade. The goal of the Farm Brigade was to bring young people, mainly young people, from mainly urban areas to help small organic farmers in the state of Washington. And in that very first year, in 1972, we had 150 different people come through our doors, and we sent them out to about 15 different farms to help them. And we ended up with our own farm. So we had a farm commune with all these people coming through, working together to grow all this food, and it was just fantastic. It just changed my life. In 1971 was the very first WOOF program started in the world, at least in modern times, and it was started in England. In 1972, we started ours in the United States. So we were either the first or one of the very, very first farm intern programs in the United States. In 1974, I started the Rural Apprentice Program as part of the Big Tilth Association to help organic farmers get interns. And I ran that program for 15 years, and we ended up with something like 400 hosts around the United States and Canada. And a lot of farmers, a lot of people went out and worked on those farms. So I ran that program. And then in 1989, I started the Travelers Earth Repair Network, which we called TERN. And TERN ended up with 4,000 listings all around the world. We specialized in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. We had 400 hosts in many countries. India and Ghana were probably, after the United States, India and Ghana were the biggest. And we served over 500 travelers that went out to do restoration work, farm work, permaculture work. So I've had that kind of experience of getting people out to the workplaces. And so now we'd like to do something even bigger and better, and the ecosystem restoration camps is one part of that big picture. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the Global Earth Repair Conference in terms of setting up more of these networks for today for restoration. See you there if it sounds interesting.